welcome back to our second video on our kits. As I say, everything's going to be cut for you, okay? But the denim apron, when they cut it in masses, and I know that because, as I said, I had my own factory, but I had the cutting done, outside the factory, so we can get it all, cut in big bundles. But what happened is sometimes they don't come straight, which is really, a pain in the butt. But and the same thing happened, of course, with this apron. Once you take it off, now I serged mine. What I did to mine, I'm gonna tell you what I did to mine, okay? Because I do have a serger. Or you could zigzag, really, even. You don't even have to do a serger. You can do a zigzag. But I took the stitches all the way out, all the way around it, okay? And then I searched everything before I washed it, and I didn't have any raveling. See, as you can tell, everything, it was fine, okay? So I think if you do a zigzag, it probably is going to be the same thing, okay? Now, that's the first thing, of course, you need to do. Once you get it done and pressed, both pieces, then you're going to put one on top of the other one, okay? So what you're going to notice is that it's not even, see? You have some pieces coming out in here and in here. So what we want to do is make sure that everything fits. Make sure you put it on a big table, anywhere you have a big place to lay all of this down. Okay, and this is how you would do it. All right? Once you get that done, then you would pin it. I usually don't, but I don't want you to get in bad habits like I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin it for you. I don't really put that many of them, just enough to get it studied if I have to, okay? And I'm not saying I never do it. It's just that I guess I'm just used to doing this. Been doing this for so long that it comes easy for me. But anyway, so see in here, because you want both pieces exactly the same. Now, when I cut this, the lining, I cut it, the same flat with the, I think what I did is, I think I cut them both together. And then whenever I washed it, everything was kind of, one I would shrink a little bit more than the other, in other words. That's probably what happened. So before you get started, you want to make sure that everything fits. Okay? Now I rounded my corners, which is what I'll do in yours. If you don't want to round the corners, you can, I may just do it straight for you guys, for the main reason that if you don't like it rounded, no problem. But if you do, it is so easy to do, you can either put something, like a bowl or something around here and do it, or I just kind of eyeball it and just, do it this way. And then I fold it and do the other one the same way, okay? Let's see, a little bit in here. We got everything is going to be even, because this is going to be reversible, by the way, folks. I told you before, I like reversible things. Oh, I love to make them. And these are going to be reversible. So, get that in there. So I'll make it work like a reversible piece, okay? There we go. Now, I'll check the other side to be sure there's nothing coming out. But in here, it does, right here. So again, I just check everything before I even gonna be able to sew or put the pockets or anything. I want everything to be just like it needs to be done, okay? There we go. And then I check in here, and see, this one is a little longer. Make sure it's nice and flat. Everything is together back here, and it looks like it. But this one, for some reason, is a little bit right in here, see? One bit off. And that way, when we start sewing, all your edges are even. It makes a heck of a lot easier. Okay, once you've done this, and of course, it's ready all together, everything is done. I'm gonna take the denim off, and we're gonna be working on the lining, okay? And this is what we're gonna do. I'm so excited about this project. I haven't come out with a good idea in a while, and this one is just like, whoa, yeah. Transformers. Okay, now the next thing I did is go ahead and fold my fabric where I want it to be, okay, which is actually, okay, let's see, alrighty, because you know you got to make allowances for the 12-inch you know, a pocket. So it don't matter, you know, if it's open in here, it's okay, because it's gonna have another piece. And I will tell you here in a minute what you need to do as far as the, you know, the opening. I just want to be sure that it's 14 inches. This is what I wanted it, 14 inches from fold to fold. And they gave us half an inch on either side for a seam allowance, and they still gave us another inch, you know, enough that you'll be able to put more stuff in it, okay? So let me go real quick because I need to, and press it. And the reason you want to press it because that's your guideline. It makes it so much easier too. And it will take a sec. And thank you for being patient with me. Like I say, I try to make this as easy as you can. So what I did is, of course, I press my fold so I can guide myself, okay? Make sure, and I'm gonna check it one more time because you know how I am. I check a lot everything. I like to check things out. Okay, here we go. All right, this one here, and this one is fine. 14. Okay. Alrighty. So now I have my folds to do my pocket. See? I see my fold. So it's my guideline. Okay? Well, the very first pocket we're going to do on the top is for the, let's see. Where are you? Okay. It's this pocket. Okay? Which is to put the paper, the laces, the books and stuff for painting, depending what craft you're going to be doing. Okay? Now, this particular pocket is 14 by 14, okay? I want to tell you, I'm going to show you what I've done. I like to press my seam allowances, especially if I'm going to do some top stitching. See? I like to press them. And so what I did is I turn, let me do it here. I turn 1 inch, press it really good, turn it again, and press it really good, okay? Once I've done that, I turn it wrong side out, and that's the turn, okay? And what I did is, right at the fold, right here, I pinched it in here, and so from here to here, real quick. Just this piece, the piece that is turning over. And then I clip it in a corner here so that I, be easier to be a square. So I did that in here. And I also did it right here. See? From here to here. And this is how it is. The fold, the fold. See? And then turn it right at the fold. Right there. Then stitch it from here to here. Angle the corners. And the same thing I did right here, from here to here, and I clip the corners. You can go in as much as you want. I don't need to do it, too much. It's just gonna be fine. Then what I do is I'm gonna turn it over. With that over, that seam allowance that you have done, and then of course with something like a scissors or something, you're gonna go ahead and bring it in here, square it out, and the same thing in here and square it out, okay? So when you turn it, you automatically turn a seam. Then press that seam down all the way down, okay? All the way down. But before you do that, especially this one is gonna be top stitch in 3 sides. Well, this one in here, the bottom one, this is a 14 by 14 pocket, okay? I fold 1/2 inch, okay? And press it. Then I fold it about, I'm gonna say 3/4 of an inch. You want it to finish, the pocket's gonna be finished, the length of it about 11 inches, okay? So when you finish from here to the bottom, after it's been folded, it's 11 inches, okay? So whatever it is, turn it. Okay, when you do that, you don't have to stitch it yet or anything. What you're gonna do that's when you press this seam in here all the way down. Okay? On both sides. All the way down. Now it's ready to top stitch this one first. I'm gonna top stitch this one, okay, right here. And I'm gonna do that real quick with my sewing machine. And this sewing machine, and I'm not even gonna apologize about it, but the lighting that they put in there is so bright. I haven't figured it out yet what to do, but I have a friend of mine, I think I mentioned him before, that's a photographer. I'm gonna see what he can, tell me to be able to do this. So probably wait until after mom is gone, because I'll have a little more time, and then we'll do it, I'll be able to do more sewing, with it, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. But what I'm gonna do, a very narrow stitch, very much close to the, close to the edge. And the nice thing about it, I have a guidance from my foot, so it makes it easier on me. I like this one because it even cuts its thread. It does everything but, talks. And I think it does that too because it gives me messages. Okay. So what I did, see, I top stitched it already, okay? So this is ready now to be put on in the lining of the apron, right here. And what I'm going to do, see, right at the fold, okay, you fold it this way, okay? Which is good. But then you need to fold it and press this way when you want the back to be, to fold. So when you bring it down, there's your back, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how the length from the edge in here to the fold, okay? So you know what it is. Okay, it's 10.5 inches. That's from here to the fold. So 10.5 inches, you're gonna turn it and press it again. Because when we open it up, not only do we have these folds, but also have this fold to guide ourselves where the pocket's gonna go, see? So it's gonna go right here. And it's gonna be from edge to edge of the fold, and slightly, about maybe, I'm gonna say, maybe 1/4 of an inch, okay? Up this fold. This allows for the fold part of it, okay, the ease for it. And this I will pin because I want to be very, very exact. And if this doesn't go from end to end, don't worry, just match it, center it on that fold. Okay? Alrighty. There we go. And I'll go ahead and pin it. I like my pins up and down That way if I go over it, it's not gonna, bother anything. Make sure everything is tucked in of the seam, under seam. You want to be neat. And if you want to measure both sides to be sure it's going in that direction, by all means do so, okay? It's all right. But as usual, I'm going to eyeball it. And then I see if I'm right or wrong. Okay, so see, this time I need to go back to the right a little bit. Okay, let's see if that's going to be about right. 6. Oops. That's pretty close. So I'm just going to leave it as, okay. But like I said, you can always, measure the distance between the edge, and, and the edge of the pocket. We having thunder today, and it looks like we're going to get some rain, which I'll be very, very happy about it because we needed it. Okay, like I said, you can put as many pins as you want to, but I think it's going to be fine. So now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to come down and have I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this pin. Okay. I'm going to do like the men's pocket. You're going to come from here to about here, which is about 1/4 of an inch. Then you're gonna go from here into here, and then about 1/8 of an inch, come down then all the way around it, and pivot and all that up to here. When you get to here, to the other end, which is be this end, and here, okay, you're gonna come up all the way up here. Then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to come back maybe a couple of stitches or so and then angle into the other stitch. Okay? Does that make sense? So again, let me tell you again on this side, see if it shows better. In other words, I'm going to come back in about 1/8 of an inch right there. Let's see, an 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then right up almost to the top. Of course, you want just a barely a little, piece of fabric showing on the top, and then do the few stitches to come about almost to the edge, but not quite. And you're gonna do about 1/8 of an inch seam all the way up to here, then pivot all the way down, pivot all the way up, and then you're gonna come back all the way up here, stitch about a couple of stitches, okay, or 3 stitches, whatever, to give you about 1/4 of an inch, and then come down on the angle from here, all the way down here, okay? And that's what usually you put in the men's pocket, and this reinforces the pocket. And actually, I even like to satin stitch right here a little bit on the top, okay? So I may not do it on the on here, but it takes a little time, but I will do it later. Just go back in here, and about that little piece in here, just satin stitch it on both pockets, and that really, really, then again, it's not going anywhere. When I make things, I make them to last, believe me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See if I can get my, and as I said, I'm gonna come back and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn about, let's see, how many of these stitches? 1, 2, about 2 inches, yeah, it's usually about 2 stitches. And then I'm gonna come down and do a 1/8 of an inch seam all the way down. Okay. tell you, I need some new glasses, and I already got some glasses recently. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now pivot, turn it around, and we're gonna do it again. Pivot again and just do it again. And I'm coming up on the top part of the pocket. I'm coming down until I get to about right at the top of the edge. Turn it a couple of stitches, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go back to my 1/8 of an inch and that seam also in the pocket. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, well here it is. See what I'm talking about? I went up this way, came down, came out, inside toward the center, and then came down straight to right at the, in other words, you want to come down to the edge of this seam that you have done right there. And if you come down a little bit more, it's not matter, but I'm just, just close in there. And that's it. Now this pocket is really good in there. It's not going anywhere, and because it's nicely reinforced and it looks great. And like I said, it's just a little stitch, see, very small stitch all the way around it, and all the way around it in here too. Oops, sorry. There we go. Okay, so that's one pocket done, and that's right on up 1/4 of an inch from the fold that we did. Okay, so we fold it, we pressed it, and then we came back here, fold it again. There was what, 10 and a half inches. We fold it 10 and a half inches, and you press it again. Okay, and there's your guideline. All right, well, let's put the other pocket. That's pocket number 1. And let's see, pocket number 2. Oh, this is pocket number 2. Let's see, this one or this one? This one here. No, excuse me. It's this one. Okay, this is a 14 by 14. So I fold it and on wrong sides together and press my seam line. I mean my fold line. Okay. Then I turn it. Okay. And I sew. It's about you can do it's maybe between, it's a 3/8 maybe seam allowance. And I came anyway. I came down here to the corner. I pivot, but when I got here, I went up. Actually, I went up and down a couple of times, but I went up. Okay. Then I skipped about a couple of inches or so, came back down and up and went back and forth. But I came down back to the seam allowance, then pivot and come down all the way here, and of course finish in this direction. And this little bit in here, and the reason I'm doing it that way instead of just stop, because I'm going to turn it around. Okay, instead of just stopping here, I go up, and for the reason is when you pull this out. And let me go ahead and cut a little bit of a corner here. And then here. When you do that, I'll show you what it does, that's the beauty of it. And then you have a nice little pocket and it's ready to be put on, and man, it's just not going anywhere. Okay. Let me just come back in here. Make sure that I get my points. Oh, and I meant to tell you, when I come back up in here, I do a corner stitch and then come out. You know, go straight. And the reason you do that, because your corners will come out more perfect. So in other words, I go up, for instance, I go up all the way. Let's see, can you see it? Okay. Let's say I just go up this way, all the way up. Okay, and then I do a corner, like an angle stitch. Then I go straight out. And then that way, you have more of a square, you know, corner. That's why. Don't ask me why, but it works. The other way doesn't work as well. Okay, and let's see this one here. You don't have to do it, you know, where the fold is, but you do have to do it with the, you know, the fabrics are meeting together. Okay, and the reason I did it this way, because look at here, folks. These things go straight on beautifully. You don't have to worry that it's gonna go here or there. No, it actually folds by itself right on the seam. See, and this is the opening. But because you would have to press all of this too nicely, okay? Make sure everything is pressed. I like to kind of a finger press it first, like I bring it down here and I just kind of go like this, a little bit, like that, okay? And I do the same thing in here, just kind of, you know, like that, just to kind of open those things. So then when I press it, they're gonna go back together easier. And it's easier to do. So now this pocket is ready to be put on. And actually, on the, not on this one actually, it's gonna be going in the denim one. It's gonna go in the denim one in here, okay? Oops. Like that. So when I put it on here and I'm ready to sew it on, it's gonna go right in the fold. Everything's gonna be nice and pressed, okay? You're gonna be stitching in here, and here, and in here, okay? And then of course it's gonna have, then what I did, I turn it like this, press it again, and gives me a center line, which I'm gonna be putting on from here to here, okay? So this pocket goes in here. I just took the other one, but that's okay. At least you know how to do it. When we get back to it, I will, you know, tell you about it again. But that's where the pocket goes in here, okay? So that's, oh, excuse me, or this way, whatever. Anyway, yeah, this way. Okay, right here. And I have a stitch right in the middle. You have it for your cell phone, for whatever you need, all this stuff. Like I said, this is going to be very functional. You don't need to take another purse, which is the beauty of it. Okay, alrighty. So this is another pocket. Okay, pocket number one. And now we're going to do, this is pocket number two. I did the same thing on this one that I did on the other one. You know, I turn it, stitch this little bit in here, and then on this one I just folded the seam on both sides, pressed it. I didn't do anything at the edge, and I'll tell you why, because it's going straight on the edge. Right in here, see? Right there. And this one also has two pockets, and you can put all tons of stuff in there, okay? You might want to put a little Velcro. Velcro's, like I said, you're going to have everything in there. Your Velcro, in case you want a Velcro. I'll put snaps in there in case you want to put snaps. You know, everything is going to be in your kit. So if you want a little Velcro in here, you can put it on there, whatever, you know. And but this is going to the end for the main reason. This is not as wide as that, but that's okay. I wanted it that way. But you want it at the edge because this is going to be catched when I put my other one. So I'm not going to worry about this. See, the only thing I have to do now is just the size. That's it. So we'll be doing again the men's shirt stitch in here on the corner. I'm gonna be doing them on all of them. So because like I said, it's a good way to do it. If you don't want to do it, just go straight and maybe just zigzag all the way around at the edge, right on the top of it. You can do that way too. Whatever makes it easier for you. If you sew, whatever makes it easier for you. Okay. So here we go. So I'm gonna stitch in here, and then I'm gonna stitch right in here. Okay. And I'm gonna do the angle thingy. I'm full of it, don't I? Okay, come on. And I go slow to begin with because I want it right in there at the edge. I don't want to go over it. Now I'm going to pivot it. And like I said, I'm just going to do a couple of stitches. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. And then straight down, okay? And I'm just gonna up on the other direction. I'm just gonna come up straight up. Okay, and this time when I pivot, I'm coming in towards the center, okay? There we go. And I do 1 and 2. And then come down again to the edge. There we go. And here's a pocket. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is, now this is again another way I want to do it here because I want to reinforce it in the center, right? So what I'm going to do is, right there where the stitch is, let me show you. Right there where the stitch is, right in here where the stitch is, right across. Okay, like I said, I'm not even gonna pin it, but you can pin it if you want to, okay? But that's my fold line right here in the center. So I'm gonna start at the bottom of this stitch, right in here. I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna turn around, and then I'm gonna go straight down. What that does is gives you extra strength again in here, okay? So I bring it like that, see, like, it's so, I hate this light, and the video doesn't show well, and it really is a mess. And this one I go straight to the over the edge, okay? But don't go too much over the edge. And then I'm gonna come down. And since I got my guide to do my, for my straight stitch, I just did it that way. Okay, make sure I take that off. And so, see, I came down here, I turn it around, with the needle down, by the way, and then straight down on my fold. And now I got 2 pockets. And like I said, I'm not worrying about this because it's going to be catched from when we put the top and the bottom together, okay? So this is the 2 pockets that goes into the lining, all right? And so my next video will be about the pockets that go into the denim part of it. And so, and of course there's going to be other things in here, but we'll wait until everything is together, all right? So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I made sense. And like I said, I'll try to review some of the other pockets as we put them on. And hopefully, like I said, simple sewing. It's not a big deal. And then we'll get it ready. All right? So, until next time, folks.